What's up, guys? I wanted to do another video for you guys. I've been meaning to do one for a long time, and I am really sorry that it's been taking so long to get one, but I'm gonna start making more. I promise you. I promise you. It's just been so crazy in my world. But things are getting a little more organized and I'm getting back on track. So here's a video I want to show you guys on snares. So I've been. This is something that if you've heard my music in the past, you probably think like, oh yeah, Noah struggles with snares for sure because sometimes I just can't get them to sound good enough in the mix. So right here I have a little beat that I made. It's a work in progress, a little sneak peek, if you will. So I'll play it through one time, and you can listen to the snares. Um, listen for their deficiencies and what's good about the snares. So try to take mental notes of that. Right after the. So the snares are okay, right? By themselves, they sound like this. Really centered, really mono. And I got them that way by using the H comp, and I boosted the low fundamental here. So if you listen, kind of changes the tonality of the snare. This works for almost any snare for any genre of music. It just depends on how much you boost that fundamental. But for this one, it gives it a lot of tone and body, but there's still something missing. So what I did is I added an extra snare underneath it. So let's play this. And I'll turn this clap off. And it sounds like it's a decent layer, right? And it breaks up these guys, so this snare sounds like more of a fill snare rather than just a lead snare repeated twice. But it's still to me, it doesn't pop, right? So the snare for this one, I did something a little different. I didn't boost the fundamental. I boosted where it was lacking. So in this sample, it kind of gives this a little bit more of an airy tone to it. Here, I'll solo this right here. Kind of gives it that airy, sort of hollow sound. It's still really good. But we're still missing something, right? So what I did is I went in and I grabbed a clap. And this is a really compressed clap here. It's almost a snare, to be honest. And I didn't do anything to this guy. But all these guys together, it comes out really clean. There's a punch right here at the beginning with a combo of this guy and this guy. This like adds a lot of oh, I didn't even have it on. Oh. There we go. Much better. So with it off, still sounds good, but with it on, just smacks. So now we listen in the original track. I'll turn this on too. Right after the. So there's differentiation between the fill snares and the lead snare. This is what they do this in hip hop all the time. This is a hip hop technique. But picking the right samples is key. You want to be looking for samples that aren't completely different. You don't want to be making it like a crazy multi like a huge broad spectrum of a snare, because we can't even fit all that stuff in there anyways. It'll just take up too much room. but you still want snares with different qualities. So we have this guy right here. Here, I'll just loop this like this. Then we have this guy and this guy, all rolled into one. All three different snares. They aren't too. This isn't like a dubstep snare that's like, you know, it's not a. It doesn't have this massive low end on the bottom, which is okay for like if you're, you know, depending on what you're doing and if you have space for it. But for this, in this respect, I wanted to make something a little bit more hip hop esque, but still really powerful. Something that cracks through the mix. On the top here, I did a little bit more fundamental boosting. I know it's, you know, gets a little excessive sometimes, but right here, I still think it sounds good. And then I put a sausage fattener, but it's not doing anything right here. It's just at 0. It's just at 0%. It's just acting as a limiter. Without it, just capping off. It's not. We're not getting, you know, all that distorted tones. I think we could bump this guy up some. Something else you could do too is you could add a glue compressor right here to the top, depending on what sound you're going for. This is probably not going to be too beneficial for my track specifically, but listen to what the glue compressor does to the snare. See, it kind of rounds it off a little bit more, makes it sort of like a it softens the transient a little bit, and depending on what you're, you know, what kind of music you're making, maybe you want something that doesn't have such a power, like you like the tone of a snare, but you don't want it to have such a powerful attack. You can use that glue compressor. It's works really great. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.